Alright, what's going on, folks? Yeah, it's me again. It's been a very long time, and yeah, I guess I've not made any videos in about 2 months now. So I was in Nigeria for 3 weeks, and when I got back to Germany, I was very sick. And just in the past 1 or 2 weeks, have I gotten better, So yeah, now I'm back to boxing, I'm back to YouTube, I'm back to everything I've been doing before. So thank you for your patience. Today I want to freestyle a bit. I just finished boxing training now, so I'm outside the gym. I'm not at home as usual. I just want to freestyle a bit today, and I want to talk quickly about something that my friend told me. A friend of mine called me about 2 weeks ago to complain about an issue to me, and so we discussed the issue. I gave him my advice, and I want to make this video the subject of that. Make this video about that issue. Sorry. So basically, my friend called me and he told me that he mentioned to his parents that he wanted to get married to a girl, and the girl is she's an Igbo girl. He's Yoruba. He's a Yoruba Muslim, and she's an Igbo Christian girl, and he wanted to get married to her. But when his parents heard that she was a Christian, they said no. And when they heard that she was even Igbo, they said no way. That's double wahala for dead body. So my friend, he said this to me, and he was asking like, what do I think? And I told him, plain and simple, that my belief is that he's the one who wants to get married, not his parents, and it's his own decision and own happiness that matters the most. So basically, he mentioned to me also that his parents have been blackmailing him, kind of. So he sent gifts to them for stuff, that like he wanted them to have some gifts. Somebody was going to Nigeria and he bought some stuff and he gave to that one to give to his parents, and when that one got there and gave to the parents said they don't want. They were like trying to blackmail him and say, see, you understand? And so they rejected the gift, and he has had different family members calling him, uncles, aunties, this and that. So he was feeling very worried, and he didn't know what to do. So he came to me and I told him a few things. One of the things I told him was that his happiness is what matters the most, and that's one thing that many of us forget. In this, especially when you come from a part of the world in Africa, there you think that your life is meant to satisfy your parents and the people in the society. So you are doing things that are not necessarily beneficial to you, but that are satisfying the people. You're trying to keep up with them. So I told him that his happiness is the one that matters the most, and that if he feels that he wants to go ahead with that marriage or with dating this girl, he should do that. His parents shouldn't have a say in his own personal happiness choice, because if they make that decision for him and he ends up unhappy, what are they going to do? They're going to say, okay, let's go and find another wife for you, or something like that. So that's what I told him. Then I also told him that you see, all these things we do in Nigeria, where we begin to tribalize things and talk about this person's Igbo, so you cannot marry him or her, that person's Hausa, they are this, they are that. I think these things belong in the dustbin. We have reached a level in terms of our education where you should understand that people are judged, or should be judged on an individual basis and not by where they come from. If we were to do it in that way, then I guess here in Europe, no black person should be given a chance to do anything, because Europeans could easily say, you see, Africans are 419 people. There are so many 419 scammers from Nigeria, therefore every Nigerian is a scammer, or therefore don't do anything with a Nigerian, but that's not how it is. It's like there's individuality, and I told him that individuality is what matters the most. Ciao, Amalia. Individuality is what matters the most, and if he feels that girl is good enough for him, he should go ahead with her. Then I told him also one more thing that people don't realize in Nigeria, and for those of us who live in Europe, you will notice this thing. When you talk to your family at home, they only see you, on the phone, on video, smiling. They see your photos on status, they see your WhatsApp videos, they see all these things, they see you smiling, but they don't know how well you're actually doing. They don't know your mental state. They assume everything is all right because you're living in a better country with better resources. You're going to a good university, you have a good job. They feel like everything is better, and that there's no way you should be sad or be depressed or be in any kind of bad mental state. But that's not the case. Many people here, because it's a culture shock, even after many years of living abroad, it's still like this every day adapting to the culture, adapting to the way of life, getting different experiences. These things can affect your mental health negatively. So many families don't know what their children, especially their sons, are going through. They feel like, you're a man, you can handle it. And I know from experience here that many men in Europe here, many African men in Europe here, they get a great deal of support from their women, their wives or their girlfriends, the African ones also. And the families back home don't see this thing. They think you are the one doing it all by yourself. Oh, he's a man, or he's macho, he's working here, he's doing his PhD, this and that. We are not doing it alone. That woman that you have as your girlfriend or as your wife beside you, she's really playing a huge role, in making things go well for you. But many African parents, they don't know this, they don't see this. And so I told my friend that you see this, and for that reason, you cannot allow your parents to decide for you. You know what this girl has contributed to your life? Only you know, even I don't know. So if she has contributed a lot, stay with her. I told him that, you see, religion is also not a reason to live or be with somebody. As far as you are not the kind of person to believe that everybody must follow your religion, and she's also not so insistent on religion, it's not an issue. Besides, these are not even, I keep telling people, these religions are not even our own African religions. Why are we fighting over religions that are brought to us by foreigners? But that aside, that's a different story. Let everybody handle their religion on a personal basis, on how they deal with religion. Let's be on a personal basis. So I told him, see, if you have no problem with her Christianity and she has no problem with your Islam, go ahead with it. Then I told him one more thing. I told him that, see, all these family members that they are telling to call you, don't entertain the calls of anybody. Many times you have this family calling you here, this uncle calling you, that auntie calling you. These people, they have their own children. Let them go and focus on their own children. These people, when you were looking for the money to get a visa to come here, none of them give you one kobo. These people, they are not calling you every time to inquire about how your life is progressing. They're not checking on you to see. But when there's an issue and they don't like your opinion on it, they begin to call you and tell you to stop. But nobody has the right to come to anybody and say, just stop, don't do that again, unless the person is doing something that is detrimental to their personal life. So I mean, if I begin to take drugs, for example, and my family begins to call me, yeah, I understand, and this is something I can listen to, but if I say, okay, I want to get married to a white lady, nobody should ever call me and tell me, no, Oyinbo is not good, Oyinbo women will take your money. No, don't give me that kind of useless advice. Let me reach that conclusion by myself. I know what I've seen. You can give some warning and some general advice, but don't tell people not to do certain things, even when these things are obviously not harmful to them, just because you don't like them. So I told my friend, forget about that, let it go. And I told my friend that what his parents are doing to him is blackmail. When you give your parents gift and they don't collect it from you, they're blackmailing you. They think you are stupid, and that they feel like, okay, if we do this, if we don't collect this from him, he's going to listen to us and he's going to apologize. And I said, the moment you apologize to them, I said that you have shot yourself in the foot. They're blackmailing you. Collect your gift from them and don't talk to them again. They're your parents, but don't talk to them again. When they realize their mistake, they'll come back to you. You see, because we have this idea in Africa that paradise is at the foot of a person's parents, and therefore you must do all what they want. No, you must not do all what they want. You must respect your parents, yes, but you don't have to do what they want. You're an adult. So the fact that you are looking for paradise, or you don't want to go to hell, or whatever it is that you're scared of, doesn't mean that you should blindly follow everything your parents tell you and you should open yourself to blackmail. So I told him that you should not collect your gift back. Don't talk to them. When they are ready to talk to you, they'll come and ask about you, and they know your stance, and they'll have to accept your stance. I said the moment you bend towards them and accept their own stance, and either you leave that girl alone, every other time you have a relationship or you have a decision to make, they will come again with their opinion and they'll take it away from you, because you bow down and you succumb to them once. And I said, if you don't succumb to them by pushing the girl away, if you begin to beg them to accept the girl, you are putting the girl at a disservice, at a disadvantaged position with your family. Once they tell you, okay, you know what, we have finally accepted the girl. Now accepted her now. Now we don't want her to dress this way again. We don't want her to do this. We don't want her to do that. And then you will now be the one to go and meeting the girl and be telling the girl, hey, my parents don't want you to change this, change that. But they don't have a right to do so. Your parents don't have a right to tell you how your girlfriend or your wife should dress. They don't have a right to tell you what she should cook or how you and her should manage the home. If she's cooking and you're washing the dishes, they don't have the right to come and tell you that you are a stupid person. And they don't have the right to tell her that she should collect the plate and wash from you. No. Both of you know how you're handling your marriage and your relationship. They don't have a right to interfere in any of this matter, And so the moment you begin to tell them that, okay, please accept her, and they tell you, okay, finally, you've accepted her finally, they begin to give her demands and tell her to do this, to do that. And you who should be the one protecting her from them, you'll be the one now telling her that, hey, please, you need to change this now, you need to try this, you need to listen to them, and it should never be that way. Don't ever compromise your partner in a relationship in that way. You know, you must hold her with respect and treat her with respect. The thing that you cannot allow or cannot tolerate for yourself, you know, in no way should your family ever do it to her. You know, and so I told him all these things, and I told him to just cut them off for now. You don't need any drama in your life. Focus on your studies and focus on your life with her. So in summary, I think the key things I could pick out, I could say to my friend was, number one is that your happiness is what matters the most, not another person's happiness, your own happiness, as long as it's not at the detriment of other people. Number one. Number two, the opinions of outsiders, uncles, aunties, this and that, they are irrelevant to you unless you are doing something that is bad. Number three is that your parents are there, you love them, they love you, they cared for you, but it doesn't make you a slave to their decisions. You should stand your ground on what you want and should bring them to the table with you. If they're not ready to come to the table with you, you leave them alone. When they are ready, they will come back. Number four, you should never feed your spouse to your parents or your family as food. Because many family members, they are like predators, you know, like wolves. They will tear your wife apart. You should never ever put her in a position where she's going to feel compromised, you know. So these are the things I told him. And I told him, don't ever leave yourself open to blackmailing, any shape or form. This is what I told him, and he told me he has said what I said, and he's going to follow what I've said. I've not followed up with him. I think this reminds me now. I'll follow up with him, and I'll see what the family says. And if he wants me to talk about it again, I can talk about that in a second video. And I'd like to hear your opinion on this kind of issue also. What do you guys think about this thing? Oh, my friends, I should not be calling everybody guys again. That guys is for only men. So I don't know. So what do you folks think about this again? Chidera, if I catch you, what do you folks think about this again? So let me know your thoughts, and let me know any other advice you have for this guy, and I can give it to him. Yeah, I'm back now to YouTube. I'm looking forward to making more videos. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.